building program enhances the sharing between a teacher and a teacher educator with latest content in school education and relevant pedagogical practices for creating effective learning environment in classrooms. DAV Center of Academic Excellence organizes capacity building programs in all subjects and other newly designed need-based interventions. Capacity building aims to develop at individual, organizational and societal level a successful approach to develop. DAV Center of Academic Excellence conducts round-the-year training for in-service teachers in every subject at all levels through a decentralized training cycle starting from the identification of training needs till the assessment of transfer of learning in the classroom. We have mastered what they have learned at different cluster levels and ultimately the child in the classroom is benefited. I welcome once again to each and every one of you. Our training coordinator, Deputy Regional Officer, Shri S.K. Thasar, will bless us at the time of validation. He is not present here. To commence the program, I invite all the dignitaries for lighting of lamp. Education is a path. It is light alive in the complete darkness. We'll begin with the blessings of Almighty. I request one and all to be on the stage for lighting of the lamp. Founder of Arya Samaj.
इसको बोलते ना एक बार वीडियो बनाते
आपके स्वागत में आप गीत मिलके गाएं हम आपके स्वागत
We know that you are not keeping a good name for past few days, but still the goal is goal, a workaholic and a dynamic personality. To organize this event, you have
Namaste. First of all, let me welcome our respected Sri Yashan sir. He is a man of two subjects, Hindi as well as Sanskrit. And before that, let me speak about that of the Sri Yashan sir. As the clearly written training coordinator and deputy regional officer, Bihar Zone A. Today in the morning, just I made a call to him, and he said I will be available only at one particular time, maybe during this particular inauguration or during this validation. So ultimately, I along with Saul sir and Yashan sir thought ultimately better to call him during the validation so that one can receive the certificate from the hand of our DRO sir. And it was our DRO sir that he is managing the things quite effectively. You can see even whatever the sort of the functions in Patna are, it is under his guardianship and the leadership that all the principles of the Patna are being under one roof. So I would like to have a round of applause for him in his absence. And thank you sir for giving me the opportunity being the host principal for this particular mega event as being the capacity building program which will be for one day. Now moving ahead, we are having this cluster head, Bihar Zone A, and he's been looking after almost 10 schools, isn't it sir? And he is being very young and dynamic, still a man of that of the language. And after me, both the language personality are here to speak something. So I am scared if the person of the language will speak, they will take much more time and already we are running out of time. So it's a request to both of you dignitaries that please try to finish the things well within the time. And after that, this is Jyoti madam from the DAV BSEB, Rasmi Priya from DAV Patliputra, and then this Savita madam from this IGMS, Sangeeta madam happens to be the in charge Gola Road, Sumanto Ghosh from Parsa Bajar, Harishankar Srivastava sir from Beta, and Sarma sir, he is Alok Sharma sir, he is from Arts Samaj Mandir, Indrapuri madam, and as well as Mr. Sonpur, as given the volume of his, her body speaks also, she is being in charge of two places rather, and then the Sima madam from this Paliganj, Kiran madam from Jaipur, and ultimately is being the Mini madam from that of the Saguna Road. So I welcome you all, and last but not the least, all the master trainers and whoever the trainees of the EDP are mostly in this particular hall. So I welcome you all on this particular occasion, big occasion of that of this training program. Whenever we are just talking of this training program, the very first thing that reflects our mind is regarding that of the life skills. You should have that much skill to have the taking of the classes and the managerial capacity of this time management, how you are going to manage the time in the classes. And there have been mainly three sort of these skills. One is being the thinking skill, the social skill, and the emotional skill. Well, as far as the World Health Organization, WHO, have given the definition of the skill, they are being broadly 10 sort of the skills. Out of this is among the thinking skills, say just naming a very few, says the self-awareness, there's the empathy, then the decision making, critical thinking. They are being under that of the thinkings. Then the emotions. Even in the EDP section, even in the last time I have said already, if there are being somewhat the broad terms which are being mentioned over there, there's the cognitive, then there's the social or economic skills, there's the emotional skills, And why I am stressing more and more on the EDP, the reason is being that if our bases are being good enough, naturally the building will be a good one. And the thing is being that how to implement this sort of thing in the classes, how the life skills can be implemented in the classes, that has been somewhat more important. So whatever the training, during the training period, whatever you are going to learn from here, and how to implement it in the classes, that has been the most difficult part. And for this, the DAV BSEB have put one particular sort of the team that has been known as the assessor. Those who are being the master trainer, they can present the things in a very good manner. But those who are being the assessor, maybe their presentation is being not up to the mark, but they can assess the things quite correctly. So for this, the DAV BSEB have prepared a team of this, the assessor. Now, I would like to request our cluster head, sir, please form a team of that of this, the assessor, and they will go into different sort of the schools, and whoever the master trainers have been over here, whether that sort of things have been implemented in the classes or not, that you have to see at least. Moreover, if the sort of the different things that can be implemented in the classes of the life skills are being somewhat is the discussion, through the discussion among the students, the debate, quiz, extempo, these are being some sort of is the method by means of which you can implement the life skill in that of your classes. Otherwise, if you don't have the life skill is being mainly what the Co was being the name of the scientist who for the very first time said that the life skills are being somewhat inculcated in one individual so as to make the life simple. And this we should give. This we should give to our children. That is being the prime concern. And again, I will say the implementation, the key word, the implementation is being somewhat is the key word over here. And again, I have set my time limit also as being the 3 minutes for me. So in the last, I would like to say, although you will have the number of the difficulties in doing this sort of thing, but ultimately, we have to come out of our comfort zone and we have to take the pain so as to implement these sort of the training activities in the classrooms. Lastly, I would like to say, मुश्किलों से भाग जाना आसान होता है, मुश्किलों से भाग जाना आसान होता है, हर पहलू जिंदगी का इम्तिहान होता है। डरने वालों को मिलता नहीं कुछ जिंदगी में, डरने वालों को मिलता नहीं कुछ जिंदगी में, लड़ने वालों के कदमों में जहान होता है। With these words, I am just winding up my speech. Thank you and have a nice day. Have a good training ahead.
That has been organized in the cluster 10.
Good morning and namaste sabhi ko. What is it? Actually, I feel good to move in moving. That is a problem with me. Please don't mind. It is always that the CAC speaks, and after that, after him, if I have to speak, I always feel that he has hijacked the whole thing. But this time I feel thankful to him because he has done a major part of welcoming all the dignitaries. So once again, I'm just repeating the same thing in 2 seconds so that I can say 1 minute too. I welcome all of you. This is all included everybody. This is to take time to start with. He has already many times said to reduce the time. Few more things. There are some modifications needed. First thing is, Dr. Vijay Kumar Sahu, it starts with B and Sahu. Actually, sir wants that I should be getting longer and on the classified with SAHO, but the real spelling is SAHU. Second modification which is needed here is ACTA host principal come cluster head, because this training is being jointly conducted by 2 cluster heads. So you all are highly blessed that we have a cluster head like ACTA and I am just his younger brother, which he treats me always like. So it is with his guidance and of course the guidance of our honorable training coordinators that we are organizing this training session. So dear MPs, dear teachers, all these school heads and the teachers who are present in different classes, different venues for the training. We have come to the end of this session. This session is almost about to end. And this one whole session has been a very wonderful one. We have done good things, meetings including of course the master trainers especially, because you all have taken very sincere pains. You all have prepared your sessions, you all have interacted with teachers, you all have seen that what are the demands in different schools, what are the requirements of teachers, and accordingly you have prepared the plans. You have taken stuff from Delhi, CAD, CMC, BAD, and all those things you all have given, you all have imparted to your teachers. And because of this, our teachers in general are doing well. So the credit definitely goes to you all. So from the bottom of my heart, I thank you all, and I give a very big appreciation, round of applause for all of you. Please clap for each other. You all really deserve big round of applause. Big round of applause means not this one. Big round of applause means a really big one. Yes, this is better. Teachers, have you thought that why teachers are only made as MPs? Why not? Like DAV CMC is a huge organization, the world's largest educational community. Still, why teachers, that also who are teaching in a particular school, they are only taken, they are only made as MT, and they are only taken towards greater heights. So why teachers from the same school or from the same cluster? Why not experts? There are experts of lesson planning, there are experts of communication skills, and different experts are there whose job is basically to train and give workshops. They don't take classes in general, but they take only workshops and seminars. We can very easily hire them. But have you ever thought that why still teachers are given this opportunity? Again, this is also a great vision of our CMC, that we want that our leaders should be taught among us only. You will be very happy to know that a few months before, few of the MPs who used to say, Savita Madam, Rashmi Madam, they are live examples. They have worked so hard that from being MT now they are school heads, and gradually they will be moving ahead. This can be achieved by you all also. So only thing is that you have to see that whatever you do, whether you are a teacher, whether you are an MT, or whatever you do, that has to be done very honestly. You know, there is something is coming that मुझे शेर याद आ रहा है, सर सामने बैठे हैं इसलिए अनुभव के साथ बड़े होकर, अनुभव के साथ, अनुभव के पाठशाला में बड़े होकर पिता को हमने समझा पिता होकर. What it means that, you know, till the time we are children, we don't understand what pains our father do. Till the time we were students, we don't understand what pains our teachers undergo. But now, since you all are teachers, you must be knowing what kind of pain you undergo. You know how many days you have not taken breakfast. You know for your school how many times you have fought with your better half. You know for your children you have left many marriage functions. You have left many relatives functions. But only because you need to work, not for the salary purpose, but you think that my student's examination is there. Their 2 chapters are there. I have to complete that. I have to do the revision work. All these things are there. So you all are such great personalities. But only thing is that you have to understand that this is a very continuous process. It's not that once you have achieved the MP post or whatever, even principal or whatever, it should not be taken for granted. It is always a continuous process. Even in the new session, we will be again reshuffling the schools have also been reshuffled. So we will again be reshuffling the MPs. And we will ensure that those people who can really come up to impart the trainings that they receive from Delhi, they only will be getting this opportunity. Okay, so you have to be ready, and you have to be ready to sacrifice also. Because see, sacrifice is something, it is because of the sacrifice of many that we are today starting here, isn't it? So we also are now an integral part when you are MT principals or such important post-training boards. You definitely owe a lot of expectations is there from you. So that is why this also has to be kept in mind. So I will request all the MPs and all the teachers to ensure that this continuous process is really kept continued. In the new session also, we will be having great sessions of the training as per NEP, and a lot of new things are coming up. There was a time when internet came and it brought the whole revolution throughout the world. Now you must be knowing that again a new thing is coming. That's called Chat GPT. It's again bringing great revolution. It is better than internet. I have used it and it is better than internet. There is artificial intelligence which has come, and I feel happy to announce that in Gola Road, in pre-primary section, we have already started. It is just in a very beginning phase that we have incorporated artificial intelligence also into our teaching. So a lot of things are going on. So we also need to be updated very much so that we can be at par with the requirements of time, and we can impart the same to our colleagues and our students. So it is a gigantic task, my dear colleagues, and this is how we can make our life more meaningful, more sensible, and more grand. The time is running really fast, although I think we speak a lot, but still we will have some more days to speak. Now, one more thing, the last thing, sir.
Continue, sir. We are liking
we
it.
need to ensure that we learn and unlearn together. If we do not unlearn, unlearning is very important, because most of the time what happens is that we focus on learning. But if the board is, let's say, for example, the board is, if all these things are written on the board, then we won't be able to write new things on the board unless we rub it. So this is very important that even in our brain we need to unlearn things. Some things which were right 5 years before may not be right now. Something which 10 years before, when we were children, we always often say that to our kids also, that when we were children we did not get this. But now time has changed, situation has changed. A lot of things are changing. So we need to learn and unlearn. For this, we need to be flexible enough, and same thing should be imparted to our teachers as well as our students also. Then only our mind will have enough space to grab the new things. If you are not able to grab the new things, you will really lag behind. So that is why, but at the end of the day, you all are great human beings, you all are great teachers, you all are great personalities. Because of you, we all are able to do nicely. We all means all the TAPs are doing nicely. One more thing in the new session we have to ensure that the quality delivery should be at par in all the schools. For that, really, we will have to come up, we will have to buckle up our shoes, and we will have to come out of this mentality that we have to work for 5 hours, 6 hours, or something like that. When you leave all these things, and when you target your work, when you target something to be achieved, then definitely we will be able to achieve this. Okay? So I hope that we will again today also have a great day, and I wish you all the very best. May God bless you all. May God give you all happiness and success in life.
You have encouraged our master trainers. It has energized them to implement what they have learned today in the training sessions. And
इसके साथ DRO A जितने भी मास्टर ट्रेनर्स यहाँ इस ट्रेनिंग में आए हुए हैं, सारे मास्टर ट्रेनर्स, सारे शिक्षक शिक्षिकाएं बहनें, और इस दीर्घा में अगली पंक्ति में बैठ चुकी हमारी प्रिंसिपल बहनें और प्रिंसिपल भाई, सभी को इस मंच से सादर अभिनंदन और आभार। आप जो भी करते हैं वह ईश्वर का काम करते हैं। टीचर से बड़ा मैं अपने सारे जहां जहां जाता हूं वहां यही करता हूं कि टीचर से बड़ा कोई पद नहीं। वही टीचर जिनके नाम लेने से श्रद्धा उमड़ पड़ती है। और आप मिलकर समाज के, राष्ट्र, मानवता, आप पर सबसे बड़ी जिम्मेदारी हम लोगों ने दे रखी, ईश्वर ने दे रखी। आज आप कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग प्रोग्राम में एक प्रोग्राम आप हर साल करते हैं और इसका मैं पूर्ण बता रहा हूं। ये पहले डीएवी एजुकेशन बोर्ड था, अब डीएवी एकेडमिक एक्सेलेंस का नाम इनको जो पड़ा। क्यों? क्योंकि आप जिस समाज शिक्षण का काम करते हैं वहां बहुत सारे कॉम्पिटिशंस हैं, बहुत सारे स्कूल्स हैं, आपसे भी ज्यादा आगे कार्य करके दिखाने वाले, रिजल्ट देने वाले स्कूल, उन सारे स्कूलों के बीच आप उस पैनी छुरी की तरह तराशने का काम करते हैं और उस की योग्यता इस बिल्डिंग कैपेसिटी प्रोग्राम से प्राप्त होता है। और इसीलिए सीएई आप लोगों को साल में बार मास्टर ट्रेनरों के द्वारा डीएवी अपने DAV के माध्यम से वेन्यू रख करके आपका प्रोग्राम करते हैं, मास्टर ट्रेनर्स को तैयार करते हैं और मास्टर ट्रेनरों के द्वारा अपने स्कूल और क्लस्टर और जोन के टीचरों को बुलाकर उनको वह स्किल डेवलप करने के लिए सलाह देते हैं, स्किल डेवलप करवाते हैं ताकि आप क्लास में जाकर के वही जो लाइफ स्किल सीधा साहब ने कहा, लाइफ स्किल दैट इज a new skill and it should be enhanced in each and every student and it will be imparted by you all teachers, STEM teachers in the classroom. इसको आप इफेक्टिव खाली, मेरा यही आप लोगों से निवेदन है, मैं बहुत नहीं बोलूंगा, समय 2 ही मिनट है, मेरा ये निवेदन है कि आप सब लोग अपनी अपनी कक्षाओं में अपने अपने विषय बच्चों को इन तालीमों को निश्चित रूप से इफेक्टिव बना कर दें ताकि बच्चे आज के इस 21वीं शताब्दी टेक्नोलॉजी और आर्थिक युग में अपने आप को एक सही नागरिक के रूप में तैयार हो सके, समाज की सेवा करे, राष्ट्र की सेवा करे और एक अच्छा इंसान बने। यह जवाबदेही आप लोगों को लेनी होगी और हमारा अर्नेस्ट रिक्वेस्ट फोल्डेड हैंड के साथ है कि आप कक्षा में इतनी ईमानदारी बच्चों के साथ जरूर पढ़ते। जय हिंद, जय हिंद।
धन्यवाद सर, आपके बहुत ही अल्प समय में हमारे शिक्षकों को जो मूल मंत्र दिया है वो अवश्य ही कक्षा में वे आत्मसात करेंगे। Now FTs must be waiting to begin.
Essential skills for students to thrive in work and in life. Let's take a closer look at how digital tools can help foster these skills in students. Critical thinking refers to students' abilities to analyze, interpret, evaluate, make decisions, and solve problems. For example, take a high school social studies class in which students are comparing society's use of fossil fuels in the past and in the present. In addition to online research, students can use video conferencing to conduct first-hand interviews with field experts. Students can use graphic organizers to organize and illustrate their findings, compare and contrast their data, and share with one another. Communication refers to students' ability to share information while expressing their thoughts and opinions clearly to others. Communication also requires strong listening and evaluation skills in order to aid in collaboration. It includes verbal, written, and multimedia messages. For example, consider a 5th grade class in which students are learning about forest fires in their region. A local fire chief asks a question on a community site about fire prevention efforts. Students could post short written or audio responses to the issue, thereby engaging in an online conversation. Students learn to articulate their thoughts in a clear way while gaining a sense of agency for having a voice around larger community issues. Collaboration refers to students' ability to work with others to accomplish a goal while being flexible and sharing group responsibility. For example, an 8th grade science class could work in small teams with other nearby middle school students to investigate local environmental issues. Students can assume different roles within their teams depending on their talents and interests. For instance, some can make observations, some can record data, and others can share out the results. Creativity includes abilities such as brainstorming, refining ideas, being responsive to ideas from others, and making ideas tangible and useful to others. For example, a 3rd grade class might work together to brainstorm innovative ways to address recycling. Students decide to create a recycling campaign in the school, including making a public service announcement video for an upcoming assembly. You can see from these examples that technology, when used strategically, can really enhance how you support the 4 C's in your classroom. Digital tools can help students think critically, communicate, collaborate, and be creative. And we know that these skills help foster higher order thinking, which is crucial for 21st century learning. So, what do the 4 C's look like for teaching and learning in your classroom?
So everything is explained in this one. We all know these things. We already know these things. Just मैंने आप लोग को ये just follow up session था तो I was just refreshing you people. This एक activity है just to judge your creativity. We have already done this one once, but फिर से ये हम लोग करते हैं. सबको दे देते हैं और वही एक thumb impression. थंब इम्प्रेशन से यू हैव टू क्रिएट सम. बस एक बार आपको थंब इम्प्रेशन आई एम प्रोवाइडिंग दिस पैड दिस वन एंड स्टैम्प पैड और आप लोग को अपना थंब इम्प्रेशन लगाना है एंड यू हैव टू ड्रॉ सम. यू हैव टू शो योर क्रिएटिविटी. एक थंब इम्प्रेशन के बाद यू कैन यूज योर पेन. उससे आप क्या क्या बना सकते हैं. जस्ट सिंपल एक्टिविटी. बाकी सब तो वही क्या अपनी तैयारी
Just one thumb impression. Personality. With this note, I begin my session and I make sure that I won't be taking long, just one video and questions thereafter. So you have to keep thinking that what question may arise by watching that video. So we are in collaboration, like 21st century skill essentially talks about collaboration, communication, creative thinking and critical thinking, right? So we are to hear so how we can be collaborating with each other to make our profession an effective one. So this is, let me tell you a very short story. There was a boatman who was sailing around with a very great personality, great educated, learned man. So when the learned man asked, in the leisure talk, he asked that boatman, he happened to be a very illiterate man, he asked him, have you learned philosophy? That man said, the boatman said, sorry, I haven't. Your life is wasted. Answered the learned man. Again, after some time, he was just thinking what kind of life he is having. He is sailing the boat all through his life and knowing nothing. What a waste of life. Again he asked, did you study physics? Sorry sir, I haven't. Your life seems wasted. Again the learned man asked, you didn't study chemistry or any other subject? No sir, I have been doing this, sailing all my life and I intend to do this. And after some time, the boatman asked, dear sir, we are into trouble. He asked, what kind of trouble? Do you know swimming? And the learned man said, no, I don't. What's the matter? So we are into trouble. There is a hole in the boat and it is going to sink. Now look, the answer. What could be the end result? Means, when we are talking about KSA, knowledge, skill and attitude. Knowledge, skill and attitude. That knowledge has to be converted into skill. It's not important that what we know. It's important that how we are going to implement. And when we are talking about ourselves, how we are going to implement what we know in the classroom, and when we are talking about 21st century skills, are we all well equipped to implement in the class? Yes, we are. But point is that sometimes there are hurdles, there are things that is beyond our control and we feel like chalta. But this is the whole reason for such kind of workshops, that makes it important that what we know we should share, collaborate. Let's go for the critical thinking. Let's go for the creative thinking and implement in our classroom. I'm going to show you a very short video. And first of all, I welcome you in my session, as I am seeing all of us together after a long time, since our cluster was different from past 2-3 sessions. And I am very pleased to see you all. Thank you. And let's see one video, and thereafter let's find how many of you can find out the creative critical communication, all the skills that associated with this. Just a moment. Unequipped. Mineral cycle, exactly. That is what from mineral cycle is. Water cycle, mineral cycle, networks, all are. But point is here, sir asks sulfur cycle. Sulfur cycle, from where does the sulfur comes? From the rock strata. From there it goes to the soil. And then there it is taken by the plants. And plants are consumed by the every human being and animals. And again it, when decomposed, goes back to the. It was just simple, it was so simple. But you can't, there comes back. This short story has so many elements in it, so many teachings in it, that we can make a 1 hour, 2 hour session in it. But no, I'm not going to make it. We will be doing this questionnaire session little later, because our Archana Pandey madam is very much prepared to with her work. So I give her the chance. But it remains, there are questions. Please think of what was the critical element? What was the creative element? Was there communication? Was there collaboration? Yes. Collaboration was there. But that is what I am asking. It was the simple example of collaboration. But there were all the 3 C's, 4 C's.
Along with the positive communication skills.
Exactly. When we are talking about KSA, knowledge, skill and attitude. You know, when we are talking about knowledge and skill, it is just 15%. Your knowledge and skill acquires consists of only 15%. If you get the success, it is your attitude. 85% attitude matters. Your knowledge and skill is side. But yes, it does matter. But when it comes to success, it matters a lot. What is your attitude? Attitude may be negative or positive. So it is up to us that how we are inculcating our attitude. So that positive attitude has to be there. Thank you, my dear colleagues. Thank you.
वाह, तुम लोग का क्या सुंदर आ रहा है वीडियो में फोटो।
Bihar Zone A ceremony of one-day capacity building program, which is fixed by CBSE, that is in-house verified our words of motivation for his blessings to us, to all the MPs and the participants of today's capacity building program.
Company 12 hours training, in-house training, as ma'am said. Master trainer, resource person. This is my questions. What did you go?
Learning.
तो इम्प्लीमेंट इन द
चाहे कितनी भी करीबी क्यों ना हो, लेकिन अपनी कमी आदमी को जानना चाहिए। जब तक वो कमी नहीं जानता है तब तक भूल अचीव नहीं कर पाता। काम की परिभाषा है, हम दिन भर परेशान होते हैं, लेकिन आउटपुट क्या है उसको जब तक हम नहीं देखेंगे तब तक काम हुआ कि नहीं हुआ इसका अंदाजा लगाना बहुत कठिन है। हम काम कर रहे हैं, पेस ऑफ डेवलपमेंट हमारा हो रहा है, लेकिन जो एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं, जो स्पीड होना चाहिए वो आज भी नहीं है, या आप भी फील करते हैं। जब से ट्रेनिंग स्टार्ट हुआ हम तब से बिहार की कहानी को जान रहे हैं, 36 साल से कहानी को जान रहे हैं। हम क्या थे, आज हम कहाँ किस मुकाम पे हैं, कहाँ स्टैंड कर रहे हैं, दैट आई नो। यह भी कह सकते हैं कि पिछले 10-12 साल में जो भी ट्रेनिंग का आउटपुट आया है वो प्रेज वर्दी है, पहले से बेटर है। अब दोनों बात है, जब आप ट्रेनिंग में जाते हैं और आपको 1 घंटा पहले ट्रेन पकड़नी होती है, आपको किसी से मिलना होता है, किसी रिलेटिव से मिलना होता है, वहां एक्सक्यूजेस लेके हम जा रहे हैं।